Thank you everyone for coming out tonight. My name is Lauren Folkerts, and I live a double life as an architect and a city council member for the city of Boulder. Tonight I'm going to share my story of how it all went wrong and why you should make the same mistakes I did. But first, let's start with why do we need to change the world? I don't know if you've noticed, but things aren't exactly going perfectly. Climate change, increasing income inequality, and rising white supremacy. Apparently it's hard for us to appreciate our shared humanity and take care of each other and the planet that we live on. So, things aren't going perfectly, and that leaves us with two major options. We can resign ourselves to the hand we've been dealt, or we can struggle against the system and try and make a change. I clearly think that there's one right choice here. So, let's save the world! No big deal. As architects, designers, and creatives, every day we practice making new things by manifesting ideas into reality. This opportunity and challenge is a major part why most of us chose these professions that we're in. And that leads us to step one. We all have to make a living, and that consumes the majority of our productive hours, so it needs to be something good. For me, becoming an architect was always on some level about changing the world, but really any job can be turned to lean that direction. But no matter the job, there's a limit to what we can do. A limit to our time, to what our clients will pay for, to what rules allow. Talking clients into your fabulous idea only moves the needle so far. Product availability, builder experience, and code demands all have a huge impact on what gets built. When we feel too confined by the existing rules to create the change we long for, we have to look outside of our work. Through volunteering and community activism, there are so many other avenues for applying our unique skills. For me, it started with joining the city's Design Advisory Board, which inspired me to join the Colorado Green Building Guild and somehow led me to becoming more involved in our professional organization, the AIA. Add in a global pandemic, being targeted by a surprising amount of less lethal force, courtesy of Denver PD, and some general dissatisfaction about how issues were being handled at all levels of government, and I was ready to overcommit myself on an epic level. Running for elected office is an exercise in being unprepared, imperfect, and stressed in front of many people all the time. And while neither architecture school or the profession prepared me for that, they did teach me how to simplify complicated ideas, speak to people's aspirations, and deal with unexpected challenges. So, how do you tackle doing something totally new that you are largely unprepared for? You tell all the amazing people you know just how crazy you are, and if you're super lucky, they share their awesomeness with you and help you get elected. So, last year, I was elected. Since then, I've solved our housing crisis, our climate crisis, and made sure everyone has the mental and physical health care they need to be the best possible versions of themselves. Poof! The world has changed. Commence the rejoicing. Okay, so obviously that's an exaggeration, but our new council has been able to pass a suite of gun violence prevention ordinances, supported state legislation to strengthen Colorado's energy codes and increase funding for recycling statewide. Through the East Boulder Sub-Community Plan, we're making zoning modifications that could allow for 5,000 additional units of housing. Our current budget includes funding for a day shelter and alternative emergency response programs. Our upcoming agenda includes loosening occupancy regulations, relaxing ADU restrictions, and implementing the CAN plan, or Core Arterial Network, to improve biking and pedestrian safety on our main streets where the majority of fatalities occur. So have I succeeded? Whether you're writing a letter to an elected official, volunteering for an advocacy group, or joining the dark side, what does success look like? If the things you've been advocating for passes or fails, are you done? I don't think we ever really know. No matter where we stand, the hardest impact to see and understand is our own. From this side, I can tell you that having even one dissenting voice in a public hearing or on a board or commission vote, that can change the decision that gets made. Writing a letter about something you care, something that no one is talking about, can be enough to spark a larger conversation, and being the squeaky wheel about an issue you care passionately about can help ensure it gets the attention it deserves. But all of this also depends on luck, timing, and the whims of the universe. We are change makers. We know the struggle. We know success is never guaranteed. What I can promise is that you will never know how powerful your voice is or how people will react to it unless you use it. Too often we watch corporate or social media and feel like we fully understand an issue after reading several tweets, that we are fully participating by liking the right things or following the right people, but that alone will not create the change we need. It will not spread the message to those who need to hear it. We need to speak out in ways that are not easily silenced, and we need to get more involved in our communities and support each other in a variety of ways. Because the challenges we face are giant and scary. Each form of participation helps build the wave that will carry us forward. Each voice adds to the chorus, and the louder we sing, the harder we are to ignore.